Before an empath ever meets real love, there is almost always someone else. Not a soulmate, not a twin flame, not the one, but a narcissist. And this is not bad luck. It is not coincidence. And it is definitely not because empaths are weak. In fact, it happens for the opposite reason. Because before real love can exist, the empath must first lose the version of love they were taught to accept. And that lesson almost always arrives disguised as a narcissist. Why this pattern is so common. Empaths don't meet narcissists because they are broken. They meet narcissists because they are open-hearted, emotionally attuned, deeply perceptive, able to feel what others ignore. And in the early stages of life, this sensitivity is rarely protected. Many empaths grow up learning one dangerous belief. Love means adjusting yourself so others don't leave. They become emotional translators, peacekeepers, the ones who sense tension before it's spoken, the ones who feel responsible for harmony. And then, one day, they meet someone who feels familiar, someone intense, someone wounded, someone who seems to need them. That is not chemistry. That is recognition. Carl Jung called this the unconscious contract. The empath unconsciously seeks someone who mirrors an unresolved inner pattern, and the narcissist unconsciously seeks someone who will regulate their fragile sense of self. Two wounds recognizing each other. The illusion of special love. At first, the connection feels extraordinary. The narcissist mirrors the empath's depth. They listen, they praise, they make the empath feel seen in a way no one ever has. But this is not love. This is idealization. The narcissist isn't loving the empath. They are feeding on the empath's emotional availability. And the empath mistakes intensity for intimacy, because no one ever taught them the difference. Real love is calm, but trauma feels urgent. And the empath, unconsciously, is still trying to prove, if I love enough, I will finally be chosen. Why the narcissist always comes first. Here is the truth. Few people say out loud, the narcissist appears before real love because the empath is not yet ready to receive real love. Not because they don't deserve it, but because they haven't yet learned how to protect it. Real love requires boundaries, presence, reciprocity, the ability to walk away from emotional imbalance. And the empath has not learned that yet. The narcissist becomes the teacher, not by kindness, but by contrast. Through gaslighting, the empath learns self-trust. Through emotional neglect, they learn self-worth. Through depletion, they learn self-preservation. Jung said we do not awaken through pleasure, but through disillusionment. The breaking point. Every empath reaches a moment where something inside collapses. Not loudly, quietly. The moment they realize, I am giving my life force to someone who cannot love me. This is not weakness. This is awakening. The empath begins withdrawing, not to punish, but to survive. They stop explaining, stop overgiving, stop chasing clarity from someone invested in confusion. And this is where the pattern breaks, because the narcissist was never meant to be the destination. They were the initiation. Why real love can't come before this. Here is something deeply uncomfortable. If real love had come first, the empath wouldn't have recognized it. They would have felt bored, suspicious, unseen, because calm felt unfamiliar. The narcissist teaches the empath what love is not. Only then can the empath recognize what love is. After the narcissist, the empath no longer bonds through urgency. They bond through safety. They stop trying to be chosen and start choosing. They stop rescuing and start discerning. This is the psychological rebirth Jung described as individuation. The moment real love arrives. Real love enters quietly. No chaos, no emotional roller coaster, no fear of abandonment, just presence. It feels almost unfamiliar, because it doesn't require suffering, and that is how the empath knows they are ready. They no longer mistake intensity for depth. They no longer confuse attachment with destiny. They meet someone who sees them without needing to control them. If you are an empath and you met a narcissist before real love, it does not mean you failed. It means you were being prepared. The narcissist did not take your chance at love. They burned away the illusion that once kept you from it. You were never meant to stay. You were meant to learn. And once that lesson integrates, real love doesn't need to chase you. It recognizes you, because you finally recognize yourself.